Hi, this is Snoop Dogg, and you're about to see the best sports and entertainment talk show on the internet with your host, Troy Geary, the man who seems to go to every sporting event, and Dave Stevens, born without legs, but won 7 Emmys and played college football and minor league baseball. Throw in Will Stein wherever Will Stein is, and you've got a heck of a show. It's the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. Faux shizzle.
Make sure your mic is up. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas. Are we in Alabama, Arizona, or Arkansas? No, I was doing a mic check. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Test. I can do all 50 states in under 30 seconds. Can you? Let's see that. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is former ESPN Anchor Kenny Mayne. Is that what you did to warm up? No. What do I do? Like if I'm ever going to do something that's live, like a sports center, whatever, I would always try to say something out loud. You can't. I always tell people this: if you go speak in a room, even talk to like blah blah blah. Say something. Don't make the first thing you say the first thing you say. Well, it is Radio Row, and my show wouldn't be complete without catching up with. We've done it every year. We see each other all the time. Anyway. What happened to our football game? We used to play a flag football game. Wounded Warriors, or not? They weren't necessarily in Wounded Warriors. They were Warriors who were wounded. Then you and I were out there, and then Snoop Dogg played. Nate was out there. Vince Young, Roger Staubach. That's a great story. If you want to talk about how you got benched for Roger Staubach. And then Roger Staubach was going to do a ceremonial first throw. This wasn't Super Bowl. This, I believe, San Antonio. This was just a game to do it. And he gets pick sixth on the first throw. And well, I was like, go back out. You got to get a World Series. He stayed in the whole half. He wouldn't leave. I flew all the way down there. I thought I was the quarterback, but he's Roger Staubach. What are you gonna do? Funny day. Though. Good guy. Well, Kenny, you are here. We'll talk about the charity first, but a big night for you. A big night for something you've been working on for a long time. Let me put it on the screen here because I want people to see what you got going, and it is going to be Kenny Mayne again. It's a comedy. It's a film. Question and answers. It's going to be taking place at the Vesta at Caesar's Palace here in New Orleans tonight. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. No charge. No charge. Come as you are. Well, if everybody's broken the casino, they can slide. Oh, well, I hope that doesn't. We don't want that to. We want people who are interested in the Veterans Foundation called Run Freely that I have. And I just thought it'd be easier. Just come if you come, and I think I'm going to sweet talk you into wanting to support this. And if you give $5, great. 5,000 is better. Sometimes $20 to one person is 10,000 to another, right? It's all relative. But we just got another veteran up running paid free last week. Got another one coming up. Ran into Mike Penix this morning. He helped me raise enough to get 3 veterans set up. Joe Montana helped last year, and in 10 minutes we were able to call a veteran and say, guess what? Joe Montana just threw 7 balls in Bobby Flay's restaurant. And that was, the way I want to do it is these little one-off events. So tonight, I'm going to show my movie called Wiffle Ball. It's a 30-minute comedy documentary. Labor of love. And it took forever. Shooting it took no time. All the rest, you know how it is, like the clearances and lawyers. And so I built, I think, a show where I'm going to come out and tell my little childhood stories, setting the table to show Wiffle Ball. And then we do a little Q&A afterwards. So it's like an hour program. Hopefully some people show up. And you're looking on the screen. Kenny's name is there, but visit www.runfreely.org. What this is a leg brace that goes around, and Kenny knows this firsthand because he had a tragic injury in college where he's almost had to have his lower amputated. It was considered later. I mean, I got to a point about, let's say, age 50. I played, by the way, after I broke it in 80, I played the next year at UNLV. Didn't play much, but I was on the team. Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham was behind us. Everybody gets that wrong. Sam King led the nation in passing. I was second string. Alan Reynolds third. Randall Cunningham next. How'd that work out? If Randall walks by, he will tell you that. And then it turned out he was pretty good. Well, tell us about Run Freely and what this does for you. So year after year, decade after decade, my ankle just got worse and worse. In my 20s and 30s, I was pretty active, softball, flag football, whatever. but I'd say about 50-ish. It wasn't working. Getting up off planes, I could barely walk. And some years later, I found this amazing device down in Gig Harbor, Washington, called ExoSim by a company called Run Freely, and the guy's name is Ryan Blanc, who invented it. So I got one. It literally in one day changed my life. I was running on a treadmill on day one, and Gretchen and I said, "Let's do something good about this. Let's do a foundation where we can raise money and try to get some veterans the same blessing that I got." And that's what we've been doing for since like 2018. I got to show you something.
You see the magic.
I'm just doing other conversations. Well,
it's okay.
It's important. He's the guy I want at the event.
Who's that?
Bomani.
Oh, there we go. We got everybody around here. It's the who's everything. Does this thing get old? Do you get tired of being around
No,
Radio Row?
it's always fun, but I don't want to do it 5 days in a row. I'm a one-day guy now, 1 or 2 max. It's a circus. I've only gotten 40 yards into this stupid place, and I've already done like 4 things. I was coming to you first, as you saw, but I got stopped by a guy or two. And I don't really set anything up. I have one interview that I'm supposed to do with a local station, which will be beneficial for the event. But otherwise, I just roam around and see if I have any credibility left.
Do you feel retired from broadcasting?
No. I mean, maybe from sports. Like, I don't want a job where I call the highlights again. I just want to, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Take a picture of that.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
And come tonight if you can. I'm doing an event to raise money for my foundation.
Gotcha.
Stand up for a half hour. Movie for a half hour. Q&A. I just did the Kimmel's.
Okay.
Kenny, who's your friend?
He's right here. Bomani. Hey. Just take over.
Sure. How you doing, man?
Good. What are you here promoting? Tell everybody
Me.
who you are.
My name is Bomani Jones. I am here to promote the Right Time with Bomani Jones
All day.
podcast on Wave Entertainment.
And this guy is really good. You got to check him out. I don't pay attention. You still with ESPN? You doing anything?
No,
with them?
I'm doing it with a company called Wave now.
Okay. Much better for you, I bet.
You know what,
Did I say that
my
out
wife
loud?
keeps listening to Mel Robbins' podcast, and she thinks she can manifest money now. So we have a money tree. We have the Bills like a fucking golf course. But yeah, that's part of the act.
And I didn't recognize
I'm gonna
you.
do my best.
Tell
man.
your rich friends.
See, if not, I'm gonna catch you before we get out of here.
Bomani, you didn't have a suit or anything. That's why I didn't recognize you, man. You're always dapper.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's sometimes, I gotta go in the phone booth.
Good seeing you.
Make it happen. All right, I'll talk to you.
All
Just
right.
a little, we like to interrupt interviews
That's all right. We're
when a
live.
cool person comes by.
Nobody's in the control room yelling in my ear.
Here's the thing. I'm going to, promote this as we are, and I know you'll do a great job, and I know the local radio will do a great job. But I think most of the people I would talk to otherwise are shipping out to Cleveland or somewhere. They're not helping. They're helping the overall message about this foundation, but I'm literally going word on the street. I'm going to tell everybody I see. If the custodian from the airport's not at the show, I didn't do my job.
Well, I tell you, I did stand up or sit
I know.
down in
That was
Vegas,
impressive.
and it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And I know you're telling stories, but it is so out of the box different because, when I came out on stage, everybody's going, "Do we laugh at this legless guy? Are we?"
Yeah, but
supposed
you
to be
clown
fun?"
on it, so you made it comfortable for them.
But it's
It would have
different for
been
you.
funny, actually, if you had not. Like, you guys are pricks. It's
Well,
like,
once
can we swear?
Once I broke out
A little
that my penis drags the ground when I walk, that kind of lightened up the crowd, because again, they don't know the elephant in the room. There's another one of your co-workers, Solomon. Solomon, say hi to Kenny.
What's happening? He doesn't care
It's
about us.
old
He's still moving.
who's of everybody around here. But
He's still moving.
tell me about your preparation on stage. I mean,
So, here's
you
what
get
I did.
Nervous a little?
I was definitely nervous. I had nerves, like, don't screw it up. But I don't think I was much more nervous for that than I was for any sports center where I had to pronounce a bunch of hockey names, right? There's always that thing in a show. Here's the thing that's my liability, right? I'm not very good at hockey names. I know football pretty well. There's I can do funny home run calls, whatever. But this one was more like, I think my error was I got too practiced and had this thing in my head. I didn't have notes. I should have. That would have been easier. And so I was like, I am going to tell the next joke that follows the Mrs. Loomis joke, then the Cub Scout joke. And I think I hurried through some stuff. So I think tonight I'll be better on day 2. But there was it was funny. Backstage, Gretchen was with me and the nice ladies from the club. And they're chit-chatting and there's music. And I was like, with 20 minutes for guys, can we turn the music off? I'd like to concentrate. Like, it was an audacious thing to do, show up at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. But the people were warm. They liked the movie. The Q&A went well. Like, it wasn't terrible. I gave myself a B.
Excellent. Yeah, no, like what I did to cheat, my cheat was I put just a one-liner on the bottom of my skateboard, turned it over, and I was able to go,
That's a good call.
Talk about this.
I thought about doing that, like just having a note card with one word, Mrs. Loomis, Cub Scouts. Because I got a story, if you ask me about Mrs. Loomis, I'll tell you.
All right.
She was my third grade teacher. It was the dawn of my sexuality. She was like a young Jessica Lange. Imagine that. I'm 8 years old, and I just want to run away to Mexico with Mrs. Loomis. I didn't learn a damn thing that year. She'd have to drive because I'm only 8. And there was a callback to stealing a candy bar at age 5, where I have a suit on in my picture. It was fun. It was experimental, but ultimately, if it works out, maybe we do this in more places. It's me doing whatever I do, show the movie, which we think is pretty good, and then questions and answers.
I'm going to put the graphic back on the screen for tonight.
I like Philadelphia, if that was your next question.
No, I'm putting up, again, Kenny Mayne again. Wasn't there a song, Alone Again, Naturally, by...
I think what the guy who made this for me, a good friend named Jameson, I think what he was playing there was, I've only done it once, so Kenny Mayne again. Just a little alliteration.
And as we look at it, what is wiffle ball about?
Wiffle ball is about a day in my life, 1989. I'm on TV in Seattle, little KSTW.
Post-garbage man.
Post-garbage can assembly. And Ken Griffey shows up at the Seattle Center, and we throw wiffle balls at the speed pitch at the Science Center. And I had this tape, right? So I made a feature back in 1989 that played on my little station, right? I quit that job like a month later, by the way. So all these years later, I bump into Griffey at the Seattle Sports Awards show, and he brings up that time we played wiffle ball. And I'm like, wait a minute, if Griffey has all these accomplishments about it, I got to go find that tape. And I had to find it in the basement or whatever. Then I had to find a way to look at it because it was old Beta SP recorder or something. No, past 3/4, next generation. And I found a guy in Seattle who had the machinery. We found out the truth of what happened. I got Ken Burns in the movie. I got Pearl Jam. I got Head and Heart. I got a rapper named Sam LaChow. Me being stupid. Wiffle ball president. A science professor. There's a lot going on.
You've had such a fun career. I know because personally I had to book a lot of your shoots with Brett Favre.
That's right.
And these celebrities. And give us a couple of those crazy moments in your life that you never thought you'd be connecting a rock star or something to one of your main events.
There's a couple of them. One of them, remember how, well, first I got to start with the leader. Stevie Wonder, I got him to say, I can't be at the All-Star game. I have a high ankle sprain. Really long story to how we got there, but he did it. He was beautiful. And I was more nervous for that than anything I've ever done, right? That'd be like some people, Michael Jordan, you're nervous. There was one we did where it was a coalition of Snoop Dogg, John Legend, my niece, a gospel choir, and Peyton Manning. So you know how Peyton Manning always used to, like at the line of scrimmage, be pointing, and we pretended that was yeah, but we pretended that was the Peyton Manning dance. So we made a song using the footage of Peyton Manning, and it made sense ultimately. But all those people were in it. We had another one where the voiceover was Michael Clark Duncan. We blew up a car in a desert. We had a little person with us who's my sidekick.
You had a budget then, right?
We had Tony Sirico of The Sopranos threatening my life. There were like 9 things happening. Dave Craig on a horse. I mean, what do you want?
I want more of it. We really do miss you.
Well, hopefully I'll still do some of that somewhere, but it was fun while it lasted.
And it has always been fun to be around you. What is your biggest sporting moment? Where you attended, saw, were a part of, a championship, anything?
Well, I'm going to make them both about Seattle. 2 things. One would be the Sonics winning the title in '79. And God rest Gus Williams. I'm going to his funeral on Friday, actually. So I went to some of those playoff games, but then I'm down at Vegas because I'm at UNLV at the time. And all the guys, all my receivers, running backs are from Inglewood and Compton, and they're all Lakers fans, right? We beat them in the playoffs. It was just like the pride and the bragging point of, that's my team, and we just won the title. So I wasn't there, but it was the association with it. You know, watching the Seahawks win that Super Bowl, and then being at the one where they should have won. I did a bit with Malcolm Butler, in fact, a couple of years ago at Phoenix, because that's where it happened, where I'm telling people, here's what the Seahawks should have done. And I still believe this. They should have faked it to Marshawn, rolled left, run it, throw it out of bounds, call timeout, do whatever, right? You still have timeout. And in our bit, we had the Malcolm Butler intercept my pass, so he's haunting us, you know. Then he steals my Uber. That was the final.
Oh, always good. Kenny, before we let you go, everybody's asking predictions. Now, me, I'm a purist. I could go either way, but there's a part of me that wants to see the Chiefs win just because no team's ever done 3. And they would shut up about the Patriots for a while, you know, because, you know, we worked at ESPN. We always had to cover the Patriots.
I got no problem with either team. Whoever wins, way to go. Like, I don't have a vested interest. I got a lot of Philadelphia friends. I just think it'd be cool that they break through and pull it off this time. I think Saquon obviously will be, you know, a huge factor. I see him throwing a halfback pass. I see a fake quarterback sneak. They'll start to do that, and then he'll drop back and dump it to the tight end. It should be a good game. Like, I hope it is.
And the commercials seem to have gone downhill, and now they show them before the Super Bowl. I mean, it's not that mystique anymore.
I agree. That part bugs me that was the moment, and it keeps you glued. You don't even go to the restroom, and you go to the restroom on a punt, you know, and then you come back to the commercial. But there's still some good ones. Other companies are like, we spent how much for that? You know, so I think the whole commercial industry is a bit of a racket. They don't really need to cost $20 million to make. There's other ways, but we're trying to get into some of that as well.
Kids good, Gretchen good, everybody good?
Everybody's good. We got a college graduate coming up at USC. Bryn's in her first year in New York. The other 2 already graduated. Annie's a newspaper writer in Atlanta. Riley's doing her video work. It's all good.
All right. Well, that event tonight takes place, and it's on the screen right there, 8 o'clock. Kenny Mayne again at Vegas at Caesars in New Orleans. I'll be there. I'm trying to get all of our group there to support you.
Love it.
Do you have applause signs?
Tell some fans. You'll laugh if you need to.
Will we cry?
You'll get teary when I talk about the injury. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
if you don't, you have no heart and soul.
I got no legs.
That's good
I'm
enough.
halfway there.
We'll take it.
All right. Kenny spending some time with us again. And again, what is that? Runfreely.org?
RUNFREELY, runfreely.org. It tells our whole story. It shows you all the people who have helped us through the years, shows some of the veteran success stories. It's pretty cool. Like getting the letters afterward is like a real blessing. Like, you know, people thanking me, and I'm just begging favors. It's like other people are paying my debt is what this really is.
Well, that's awesome. We'll let you go. I know Kelly Williams is going to take you over there and talk a little way differently than I did, but it's going to be fun. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms. Continue to support the Gary Stanton Stevens just by watching us. So we got to pay some bills. So
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us. We're bringing the fun to the Houston Bay Area. Stay tuned for all of our incredible events throughout the year, featuring amazing food and drinks, live entertainment, special guests, and so much more. Fun, new, different. Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events is where you want to be. So come party with us. It's more than a yacht. It's serendipity.
Introducing the world's first temporary airbrush tattoo kiosk, iTattoo, bringing wearable, shareable temporary body art to live events. iTattoo stands for Interactive Temporary Airbrush Tattoo Unit. The team is raising additional capital for this incredible iTattoo concept, putting ink on skin at scale. I'll say it again, folks, ink on skin at scale. This will be the coolest addition to any event, and imagine the reactions when you add body art to the mix. Cool kiosks for a large venue or event. And it's super sponsorable. If you or anyone is interested in talking about the cap raise or the unit itself, please reach out to Nathan or Chris at itattoo.life.
Hi, my name is Shaquille Duggar, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pi. My passion is and always has been helping people. That's why I created Pi. I wanted to devise solutions that would make it easier for businesses to become more efficient and effective to drive profitability, while at the same time helping the customers they serve. Our newest self-service solution is a perfect example of that collaboration. Business leaders told us they wanted a smaller alternative to the larger freestanding kiosks they already love, and we delivered with our newest product. A countertop device we call Eclair introduces space-saving, compactness, versatility, and convenience. When it comes to our self-service solutions industry specifically, we put considerable stock in a quote from Alan Key. People who are really serious about software should make their own hardware. That's Pi in a nutshell. To ensure we produce the best self-service options, we do it all, designing and developing our own hardware and software. The bulk of our business involves the food industry, catering to an evolving industry with technology that is ever evolving itself. Our customers aren't necessarily in traditional restaurant locations. They're in malls, food trucks, and pop-up stands. Additionally, we perform considerable research of consumer trends and behaviors, trying to forecast what they will want and need as it relates to self-service in the short and long term. It's challenging, but exciting and satisfying work. Visiting the restaurant of one of our partners and seeing customers effortlessly order and pay for food through a Pi kiosk puts a huge smile on my face. And it fuels to do more to further enhance their experience. Our latest kiosk designs are reflective of what we've learned, observed, and anticipated. We are designing attractive enclosures that make our kiosks hard to pass by. We're developing and installing intuitive software that's easy to use, and we're incorporating curved high-definition touchscreens that enhance visual quality. At Pi, our ultimate objective is to bring a personal approach to self-service solutions that also display our creativity and ability to design great products. I introduce to you Pi's newest product, Eclair. Welcome to Pi.
All right, welcome back to Radio Row. Dave Stevens here, and thanks again to our sponsors. And I've got a special treat for you again. These stars just keep walking up to me, and I can give him all the accolades and stuff. In fact, I'm sitting here and they go, Jared's here. And I'm like, Jared from the diamond industry? I forgot. And we played in games together, and it's like, you know what, people remember the dude without legs, easily, but it's like you forget the things you've done. I've had such an amazing, fun life. But former Giants running back among some amazing teams, Jared Bunch joining us. Thank you for being here, bud.
As always.
Just make sure your mic is on.
Is it on?
Flick it up.
Is
There
it
we
on
go.
now?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
They
Always
needed
a
somebody on the
pleasure
weekend to do
to come
sports,
to Super Bowl
and I
press
played
row.
football and everything. Like I kind of fell into it, right?
Try to remember
And
some
ended
things
up-
that happened
ended up
when I was playing.
And
So it's always
more
good to be
the
with
news reporting.
What are those memories of those times? And like, is there one or two that just stick out in your brain as far as the accomplishments? I mean, you had many.
Oh man, if you make me try to remember this stuff, what I remember most is being drafted.
1980, UNLV was
Because it
at
was such a
Oregon, last play of the
thing that
game.
happened that
Some idiot stuck
my
his
whole
thumb in the
life I
ankle,
wanted to
and I have what we
play
call a
professional
fracture
football.
dislocation.
People always
I played
ask
the
me
next
about
year,
it, and
because
I
you're young,
always talk about it.
whatever.
But
And
I mean,
every
I
year,
remember
every decade, I got working with
going up to that
Make a long
game,
story short, I ended up getting
knowing
this
that it's
device called
close,
Exosim,
not knowing
my
if it's
ankle's
really going
not
to
well.
happen. And then when it does happen,
I
that's
either want to
something
be
that
barefoot or flip-flop or wear my
it just
leg
changed.
guard.
I mean, literally,
I wear direct shoes.
your life has
I wear
changed.
regular shoes because
And my life has
nothing,
changed.
everybody tells me, I have a friend who got like, you got to try hard.
Anything
I'm
between,
trying, but I don't.
I think
Anyway, we started that with the foundation. It's like
when I
a
first became drafted, and then when I was no longer playing, that's
and we raised money. Dollars.
What would the Jared Bunch now tell that rookie Jared Bunch that might have helped you?
brother.
And
You
I'm
gotta be
doing an
patient.
event tonight in preparing,
Don't try to rush
in
everything.
here in New Orleans at
That is
Caesars,
so,
8 o'clock.
it's one of those things that I wish I would have just taken my time
Before
and
the movie, and hopefully after. And then
Trying to
we'll get more
stay-
serious and talk about our
try
foundation.
to not rushing so many things. And that's that. I mean,
In an instant,
trying to stay present.
I mean, I cried for like 2 hours.
Because it goes
Rushing
up
up in there, my wife. I couldn't
I
even
wish
get
that
the
you
words
could.
out.
I wish I could have
And
played
I was
a
able
lot
to run
longer.
without pain
I
on day
think
one. Great. It
if
sounds
I
like, when you're watching TV,
taking my time,
they got the medical device.
I think I would have played longer. I think it's because I tried to rush so much.
This one sounds like that, but it is.
Not doing
So,
things
so we don't, there's no profit here. I'm not
on time.
I
Trying to
just
rush.
hustle people and call foundation.
And it takes its toll on your body. It also takes its toll on your head. And we've watched a lot of your brothers from the league either take their own lives or deal with the CTE. So mentally, I mean, talk about what you're representing and how important it is to educate.
Man, I'm the president of the NFLPA former players Los Angeles chapter.
They've all
the
either
reason
given
why
their
I
name
became
or
president
time,
because I saw how important it
got a
was
prize, if you will.
that we
Dale was cool.
find
We got a
out
prize
what
where the winners
things
got
we
from
are
North Carolina.
eligible
He gave us
for
day one
after
tour
playing.
of our party.
And it's the health,
That's pretty generous.
mental health is really a big thing. But also, besides mental health, it's also things that help you with living,
It was that day.
training,
So I put it
trying
on,
to keep
you
yourself,
know, get tested for a while.
trying to keep
And
yourself
then,
healthy.
This is it.
So all these different things that,
If you trust the guy,
are
they got
available,
those here. You know what I mean? Like sometimes
but you have
you got to take
to
that leap, and I
know
did.
where to look.
And like I said, I play golf all the time. I run.
How do we fix it? How do we make your brothers not have to go through what they're doing?
We have to stay connected because so many of us go through the same thing. And it's funny how
Others need to get
you
that
go through something, you think you're going through it alone, you are, but you're not really one. And when you
I
share
like
with
to be barefoot.
other guys, you find out what other guys are going through the same thing.
But if I were to do something more different,
And you come up with, what can we do about it? Are there things available? And you find out there are things available. And you find out trying
I've never done it in my
things.
life. I did it for the first time
That-
2 days ago in Las Vegas.
One thing for me is having
And now
my
the nice
wife,
people in Vegas,
and she stays involved with it, and
say, hey,
she's
he's got a little
on
act.
me all the time.
Any chance you have to
And
make
she's
free.
always
Look, we're doing baseball.
trying to get
Nobody
me
knows
to
about
find
this.
out
He
what
knows.
the NFL has
If we're live,
for us.
who's in? You got to
And
be
if
in
she
the
hadn't
world.
told me
That's
that,
how
I
you can
wouldn't
also
know.
just go to the website and say,
And that's why I came
Cap
to
is not.
because I'm trying to get all the other guys to understand.
I would say
There's a lot of things, benefits that we that you can find.
Right?
And that's why I try to get to the wives, because the wives are the ones that always you'll find out. They will find out.
And it really is important to fix it. So how has the league changed? Do you think the safety's gotten better? The running backs a little more protected? Like, do you think they're getting there?
Yes, I think that they are getting it because I went to one practice with ladies in camp. I didn't know that they were no longer 2 days. Right? So
It's not so bad.
That
I
is
remember
not
back
so
in those
bad.
summers. Sometimes they used to have 3 days, some of those teams, you know?
Hitting.
yeah, and I think how I don't remember it, but I think how did I go through 2 days with full padded practices twice a day? I don't remember it. And I'm thinking like, man, it had to be something. You know, because today when I talk about it, I asked the guy, is there more 2 days? He's like, 2 days? They thought I was crazy. They thought I was crazy. 2 days in pads? Oh no, I know more that. So I try to think back. And it's like I can't remember.
In this case,
How did we get through to see it now? So, it's a big change.
I don't miss it. I mean, we had 3 days in high school, 2 days in college, and three days in college sometimes. And, you know, our equipment wasn't like the equipment today either, so it was crazy. So let's talk a little football, some good stuff. It seems like the Giants organization doesn't really do a good job with keeping their running backs. And then now we're looking at a running back for the Giants that might lead us into the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts?
This is what I say is that, what's his name?
Saquon Barkley?
Saquon,
Yeah.
yes. I think when the first time I saw him, I knew he was special, man, because his legs are so big, his calves are so big, and he's a special back. But not just him, all running backs have been, you know, no one sees them like, you know, what's important to a team anymore. But this year, I think it shows that a running back, if you got a running game, brother, come on, he's showing, right? It's a passing league, but hey, still got to have
You got any predictions for this game? Do you care?
I picked Philadelphia to win the Super Bowl month ago. So still during the season, I have played with other former players. We have a fantasy league, and I picked Philadelphia to win the whole thing. Can they win? I think they can. Can Kansas City win? I think they can. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just say that I did pick Philadelphia a month ago.
That's fun. You played with some great quarterbacks. Who was your favorite?
You know what? Phil Simms was, I love Phil because he was a veteran already when I got there, right? And so he was one of the guys that helped me out. Hostetler, another guy that we played. See, when I got in there, they were already veterans. So they showed me the way. So I have
That's nice. That's nice. As we wrap it again, thank you for jumping in here. Brett Favre was on the show earlier this week. He's now has Parkinson's because of all the concussions and everything like that. Do you worry in the back of your head that something eventually could, do you see signs, do you feel things that might worry you?
That's why I'm saying I'm going through things right now. I can't remember certain things that I used to. I think I remember them before because right now it's like I see that I have problems.
Well, Jim McMahon had that treatment that kind of rewired his brain and everything, but I don't think it's open to everybody because the treatments are expensive. This company did it for him. I've been with him and he has improved. He doesn't sound like he's drunk. He's functioning. He can talk. So there are things that can fix you. I just don't think the league puts all that together to continue to help. You guys gave everything on the field, and I don't think, and I'm sorry if they're watching, I don't think they're like our veterans. We kind of forget about you guys afterwards.
I think that they're getting better, and they are at this time right now it's the best team. They do care a lot. We have to. The problem is we have to see it. It's out there, but you don't know it. And that's one of the reasons why my wife got me, try to be the president and try to help all the guys that need some help, just like I do. And she saw that if she wasn't around, I would have gotten it.
Well, how can people watch you or find this organization or get more information?
I'm in LA. It's the LA chapter of the NFLPA former players. It's that chapter, but the NFLPA former players is all around the country. Whatever state you're in, look out for them because we're always looking to do something for the community. This community is the reason why we're no affiliation. First one thing I want you to do.
All right, I miss playing with you, man. It's been too long.
Let's do it again.
We had some fun out there with Snoop Dogg and the boys and Kenny Mayne and everything. Those were special moments with our veterans. So, Jared Bunch joining us here on Radio Row. Everybody, Kenny Mayne walking by, and again, don't forget about
good to see you, man.
Mayne again tonight at Caesars. Come out, I'll be there. We got to support our friends, and again, runfreely.org. This is Dave wrapping up. We got more guests coming up in a few minutes, so stick with us on Radio Row at Super Bowl 59. Jared's getting out of here. Where are you off to next? Do you all know?
My wife. Come in here. Jump in here. Say hi. I don't know where she's taking me.
Hello.
Where are you taking me? Where's next?
Well, just circulating. Did you tell them that you try to take a lot of supplements and eat healthy to keep this brain healthy because it fails them sometimes?
Tell us what those supplements are and how important they are.
Well, first, I make sure he's taking the omega-3 fatty acids, krill oil, his vitamin D, because it is. Sometimes he's super sharp. Well, not a lot, but most of the time he forgets things, and it's frustrating. But I know what's going on, so I make sure he's taking supplements so that he's functioning.
So he's still good looking, so you got that,
right? Vitamin D and all his antioxidants, but especially the brain health stuff.
Throwing a little Cialis, you got the trifecta, right? All right. On that note, we'll end it. We got more people coming up right here on Radio Row. Thanks again for watching and supporting Geary, Stein, and Stevens. We'll be back in just a flash. Don't go away or just sit at your computer all day and watch.